Hey, 420 MSP, Harry here. Before we get to the main topic with main man Josh Weiss down in Southern California, a couple quick updates concerning the 420 MSP type momentum. We are starting to see an uptick in conversations in the vendor community. So ISVs and OEMs and so on of different stripes, those are all going to be stories. But noticeable increase in uptick in conversation since Labor Day. And my son, Harry Jr., along with Jack Smith, a 420 MSP out of Denver, Colorado, had the chance to man the booth at the Channel Pro show in San Jose, California last week. Had great conversations. We're all in this together. We're just starting out. And that's a nice segue to Josh Weiss. Josh, we're early days, so tell us the good news this month, man. What's going on?
What's happening, 420 MSP community? Well, we've been doing this cannabis thing, kind of going to our meetups and getting our word out there for the last 7 or 8 months. And we landed our first client in the cannabis community last week, which is exciting to us. For a number of reasons, actually. Let's start with the first really cool thing about it is that they found us on our website, cold lead. And they found us on our website from a page that has a picture of a guy rolling a joint on it. So it was very much cultural, kind of, hey, so they were looking for someone. They told us they looked through like 30 or 40 LA MSPs. And they said they all looked the same. They all looked super boring. Yeah. And then they found us, colorful, interesting, different, unique, and with a picture of a guy rolling a joint on the cannabis page. And they wrote a very personal email to us and said, we're different. Our owner is Black and gay, and we're non-traditional, we're creative, we're weird. We need someone who gets our culture. And so not only are they in cannabis, but they're also very much aligned with how we present ourselves as a company. And it was a weird deal. Like, the guy who wrote to us couldn't even be Googled, and we didn't know if we were getting scammed at first. The whole thing was really an interesting experience. Went back and forth, disappeared for a second, showed back up, took for 2 days. We're about to close. We'll pay you, we'll pay you, we'll pay you. And then boom, we got to pay you cash. They met us at the bank. They paid us cash deposited. They're a PR company for a cannabis brand that has, 10 to 12 subsidiaries, some of which we've heard of, none of which I'm going to tell the community who they are for confidentiality. But the whole thing to us was fascinating. And they moved into a really great creative co-working space in LA. We moved them in, we got them set up. They didn't need a network, but they needed someone to sort of shepherd them through that startup process. How, what computers do we need? What software do we need? How do we set them up? How do we get our cloud software set up? How do we think about all this stuff that a lot of startups don't consider? Yeah. And the hilarious part was we were there setting them up on Tuesday, and the whole time they're chatting about cannabis vape cartridges and, what their social media manager used to do a podcast for High Times. The whole thing is just like totally this world that we know really well. And we're literally setting up computers, and there's like distillate and, extract sitting all over the tables. And the whole thing to me was like, we know this world, and here we are.
Yeah, no, this is, so congratulations on the win. I literally have a cowbell. I think it's in a different office. I'm literally going to go get a cowbell, okay? It's in a different office right now, but the proverbial ring the bell, as they say in sales. And a couple of things stand out to me on your win. So first of all, that's about what I expect is, folks, what we're trying to do at 420 MSP, and Josh has been a big part of this motion, keeping it real for us, but give yourself 90 days, 180 days, 270 days to learn, get your head into it, build some street cred, go to those meetups, and within a year, dude, you converted. I mean, I call that a win to go into a whole new line of work and have a conversion within a year. And Josh, a lot of people don't get that. You know, a lot of MSPs, where are my leads? Where's my new business this week?
Yeah.
Nah, doesn't always work that way. And so the other thing is you said it's a PR agency. So for both your benefit and the listeners, you know, SMB Nation, my parent company, and then 420 MSP, a subsidiary. At the end of the day, one of our roles is media, right? Analyst, blogger. We're a lot of things, but we work with a lot of PR agencies. And the nice thing about PR agencies and why you want to be nice to these people, guys, is they are a channel, right? So they typically don't just have one client in a vertical. They typically have a handful or more, because that's what they do, and they can make your day, right? Their recommendation is going to be a solid. Does that make sense, Josh? Because this
Absolutely.
yeah, because this could lead to bigger and better things for you, sir, with minimal effort.
I mean, not only, you know, I mean, between the fact that they work in PR, they've already given us in email like some of the nicest words I've ever read in terms of our service, and already verbally said they'll give us a testimonial. And they're in this co-working space in LA that is full of these weird, creative, cool companies, including a lot of cannabis brands. It's like they're really in the pocket. And we're overjoyed.
Well,
and they're just nice. You know, the funny thing about staying in your cultural fit as a business is you're going to get along with the people so well.
Yeah.
That's one of the things, you know, for 420 MSP people, if you're into this because you know that community, then remember, like, find those clients because you're going to get along with them.
Well, and I've said this once, twice, and three times throughout my career, and even in modern times with the cannabis technology play. Possession is 9/10 of the law. And what I mean by that is my dad was a career lawyer, and he did 1 year at William and Mary in Washington, D.C. I asked why. Why did you? He ultimately got his law degree from University of Texas, but he did 1 year in D.C. And he said, because that's where they make the laws. Okay. and the point is, possession's 9/10 of the law. What I'm really saying, Josh, is presence is 9/10 of the law. That, dude, you're there. And fellas and ladies, that's where we're at with this new opportunity is, can I promise you, you're going to significantly contribute to payroll in 2 weeks from today? No, I can't. Is this going to make a difference in 2 years? Absolutely. So, you know, we're playing the long game, man, and you get it. You understand the long game.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, there's two funny things that come to mind. Number one, the last interview we did, we talked about stereotypes in the cannabis industry.
Yep.
And this was a difficult deal. And if we were a little less of like a upstart, scrappy, creative kind of company, we might have walked away from it and lost a really cool connection. Because it was a little confusing. We weren't sure what was going on. Eventually the payment came in cash because his client paid him in cash. But at the end of the day, it's a great relationship and there was no risk. I mean, we met at the bank, right? They took care of it. They deposited the money. And so that was one thing I noticed, is that those stereotypes are dangerous, because if you're attached to traditional business, you might lose some interesting opportunities.
Yeah, exactly. No, good point. Go on.
And the other one I forgot.
Well, see, and now we're talking stereotypes, so that's okay, my friend. Hey, you know what I want to do is I want to keep this month's contribution focused on your success, right? And so why don't we both bounce and get back to doing good work? We'll pick it up next month and find out what else you've done. Josh, I've got a couple of shows coming up that I'll be able to report on. Rad Expo, a point of sale show in Portland, Oregon, third week, I think 23rd, 24th of October.
Yep.
I'm on tap to be a speaker, so I'll have updates for you too, my friend.
Actually, let me add one quick thing. I'm going to be at Continuum. Yeah. If any of your listeners are going to be in Vegas or Pittsburgh,
I am.
For Continuum.
Yeah, I'll be at Pittsburgh.
You'll be at Pittsburgh. Yep. Me and my right-hand man, Amir, are going to be at Pittsburgh. We're speaking. We'll be back at Vegas. We'll be at the AVIC conference, and we're releasing a new course about how to maximize your Continuum help desk. So a lot of exciting things in the MSP space for us.
Dude, you are in your power band year. So I'll tell you what, let's make our next conversation at Continuum live in Pittsburgh. Okay, let's rock.
I can't
I'll
wait.
see you there. That's about 3 weeks out. I'll see you in 3 weeks, my friend.
Later. Bye-bye.
All right, take care. Bye bye.
Ah.